to Clanwell. So just put the top for a second. This is kind of out of order, and then usually I don't talk about things out of order. But you know the Muppets, the TV show and things like that. Yeah, that's been banned. You know, because again, it's very inappropriate and cultural inappropriacy. Let's put it that way. It's completely racism. And things like that. And I don't know where they're getting this, but then I just want to say this: everybody's entitled to their view. If you pick up a book, if you watch a TV show, you're entitled to say, "Oh, I like it." X, Y, and Z. No, I don't like it. You can give you a reason. You know, people are entitled. That's their opinion. But again, they shouldn't be going around and banning shows and things like that. Now, there's not. I don't see much wrong with it. I might be honest with the Muppets. The TDs and all out, and I think we should ban them. To be honest, if we're going to ban anybody, we might as well ban the TDs from getting a salary. That's what we should be banning. But the Muppets, at the end of the day, I don't see much wrong with them. I've seen shows that have been very dark, and I might be honest with you, have been very dark, and I would say they've been very dark. Some shows, but I wouldn't go out of my way to say they should be banned. I think they should be age restricted. Like one, for example, actually, it's got completely gone on my head now. But there was a show I used to watch when I was a child, when I was about 13 years old. And I think it was very offensive, to be honest. I think it was very offensive. Well, not offensive, but very scary for a child at 13 to 12 years old. And I think it shouldn't have been put on in the afternoon. Not even at night time. And I don't think that. But again, there's ways of going around it instead of banning things straight out. So you probably know these people here, the Cat in the Hat, the people who wrote the Cat in the Hat. Them people, their books been banned on Amazon and eBay. And these are children's books, and they're saying it's culturally inappropriate. The same as, I think one movie's being talking about being banned too in America. But this is the thing, anything that's inappropriate now is just taken off the shelves, and there's no question, you can't question it. The almighty leaders have said it's inappropriate, and nobody can disagree with them. It's just what they say, and whatever they say goes. It's preferably the people on Twitter, the people with the blue ticks on Twitter. They love start getting things taken down and things like that. But again, at the end of the day, these are only children's books. As I was talking about one day, and some people called me up on this. There's old sayings from years ago. This old like hitting a board would hitting two birds with one stone. People say that's animal cruelty, and one person called me out for that one time. On one of my videos, and obviously it isn't. It's it's an old saying. It means nothing to anybody. It's not saying anything about anything. It's just a reference. If you're doing two things at once, you're hitting two balls. Well, you're making time. You're making progress. It's not referencing anything. The same as there's other old sayings. That the black sheep. Blah blah black sheep have been any wool. That's offensive now. That's offensive nowadays. And that's considered offensive. And obviously when we were younger, we were told that in national school things like that. But it's considered offensive, and it's sort of, again, it means nothing. It's not offensive to anybody. In my view, it's not offensive to anybody, because as a child you wouldn't think nothing of it. I might be honest with you. I thought nothing of it when I was young. It wasn't offensive. I never got upset. I don't even think my parents used to say to me it wasn't offensive. And I don't think they considered it, or anybody considered it at the time, offensive to say that. It was just a song. It was nursery rhyme that when you were sang to you as a child, and nobody disagreed with it. And it's no harm. And this is the thing. It's no harm to young children. Now I know people saying things have changed in X, Y, and Z, and I understand that, but at the end of the day, it's just a nursery rhyme. It's not directing anything. It's not threatening anybody. It's not intimidating anybody. So it should be just left alone. And at the end of the day, it's not directly saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do the other. It's just a nursery rhyme at the end of the day. So just say to people, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's 100%. I believe that fiercely, and it's obviously entitled to debate too on a certain subject. But at the end of the day, you can limit the way I believe in how to deal with stuff. If you think it's inappropriate, things like that, you can limit the age. For people, say for like video games, put it for over 18s or whatever. If you think it's inappropriate, for younger children or whatever. The same as movies on after 9:30 or 9 o'clock in the evenings, way before children go to bed and everything, before children go to bed, and so they can't see it. So understand that, and obviously that should be something, if a movie's inappropriate or something like that, it should be on later or whatever. Instead of just outright banning it, But again, this is the cancel culture we have nowadays. As I say, it's mostly the blue ticks on Twitter, the people who are verified on Twitter, who cause a big ruckus about this and to get hold, and obviously they don't listen to the people who are the only people. But anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. I know some people would disagree with me, but then again, that's democracy. But I'm sure people would agree. That these are no harm. I've seen things that have been worse. Like, for example, a certain book that was written by a certain person in Germany in before the 1930s. And that's offensive. That's offensive. 100%. That's offensive and it should be banned. But I mean, like these books compared to that is, basically nothing. And I might be honest with you, I had looked through one of them there online. There's nothing there that worries them to me being banned. I've seen other books that have been more demented and more demonizing to people. Like for example, I've seen one person who went out and killed loads of people in a country, out in the Middle East, and left kind of put up a book online. That was more demented, and how much hatred he had for everybody, and how much he wanted to like, again, this is going pretty dark, but you know what I'm saying. That was more upsetting for people, more offensive than this or the other thing. But anyway, thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and bye.